PDP supporters stage protest, block roads in Nasarawa following Supreme Court verdict. Now, wow, it looks like this Supreme Court verdict on the governorship challenges has yielded a kind of result that is not favorable to the PDP supporters in Nasarawa State, and now it is leading to a strong protest. Let's get into the details and see exactly what is transpiring. In response to the Supreme Court's decision confirming the election victory of Governor Abdullahi Sule of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, some disgruntled party loyalists have organized a protest in Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital. The demonstration has led to the complete blockade of Lafia-Jos Road, with supporters of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) setting tires ablaze in front of the state secretariat, creating a barricade on the road. Vanguard gathered that the protest had compelled motorists to seek alternative routes within Lafia, the state capital. Security forces are present to restore calm and prevent any escalation of the situation. Simultaneously, shops, business centers, and schools in the Lafia metropolis have apparently closed, possibly as a precautionary measure in response to the ongoing demonstration. Recall that Nigeria News reported that the Supreme Court affirmed the earlier decision by the Court of Appeal that nullified the annulment of Governor Sule's election. Okay, so the Court of Appeal already annulled Sule's election, but now the Supreme Court has annulled that Supreme Court judgment, that Appeal Court judgment, and still sustains Governor Sule as the authentic governor of the state. So in a unanimous decision by a 5-member panel, the Apex Court upheld the declaration of Governor Sule, a member of the All Progressive Congress, as the winner of the governorship election held in the state on March 18, 2023. Now, wow, this idea of all election outcomes will go to Supreme Court or be challenged is a big situation now in Nigeria. There's practically no election now that will not be challenged, because losers don't accept defeat and winners don't win on a clean slate. So there are several reasons why this will continue to happen, and with the way things are going, it is obvious that we are not yet out of the woods. People will continue to challenge election results. We saw what happened last week when the Supreme Court upheld the election of several PDP governors and Lagos and the APC governors at the Appeal Court level, so at the Supreme Court level, with Sanwo-Olu being retained as Lagos State Governor. Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State was retained. Caleb Motwang of Plateau State was retained, and so others. But now this week, this particular judgment now is favoring APC against PDP, and the PDP guys are now on rampage, trying to protest their loss. But I think the way it is, they have to allow peace to reign in the state, because Supreme Court is the apex court, is the highest court in the land, and there's nothing that can be done at this moment. They can't open the case file again. They can't reverse the judgment. So the best thing is to get ready for 2027. We saw the way the presidential election also went between APC, PDP, Labour Party, and all of that. When the Supreme Court upheld the victory, the judgment in favor of APC, Tinubu against Labour Party and Atiku, where they had to sheath their sword because there's no other place to go. So I expect that this is the way it should go in Nasarawa State, rather than causing violence everywhere. Okay, I know that right now there is serious fear in the land. There's people are now scared, and they have, shut their shops, shut everywhere. Motorists looking for alternative routes and all of that in the state. I think the security agencies need to restore peace in that state before it gets out of hand. Okay, somebody saying when the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the PDP in Kano, it was justice. Now that it ruled against it in Nasarawa, it is injustice. That there is God though. But Kano is not PDP now. Kano is NNPP. This guy commenting need to understand. Okay, it was Plateau State that was PDP, and then Lagos State was APC, with Kano being NNPP. So you should know. Somebody say these stupid people who normally set fire on the road, they are the same people who will say government are not doing anything, but the little one government has done, they will spoil it. Exactly. Actually, putting fire on the road destroys the road because it melts and burns off the tar that is holding the granites and the stones together to have a solid surface. So when you burn fire on the road, you are actually damaging the road because it will melt up the tar and the road will start breaking down from there. So it's not a good practice actually. Useless and senseless verdict. How is it useless and senseless? You need to understand. So I know that politics is one kind game that nobody wants to accept defeat, but people should learn to accept defeat. A country where injustice reigns can never have peace. What do you think should come out of it when all the 5 justices are Muslims defending their religion? All I will say is that it can never be well with them, starting from the appeal court. Appeal court already nullified Governor Sule's victory. Is actually the Supreme Court that reversed that appeal court judgment. That is what I saw there. The court will one day set Nigeria ablaze with undeserved judgment. The right thing must always be done. Yes, the right thing must always be done. PDP is most useless opposition party. How? Okay, must you insult somebody? Or must you insult any group? Some of the North and the Islamic Caliphate have vowed that Christians will never rule Nasarawa state. This is the effect of Muslim ticket. It's a brain game. In Kano, it's Muslim. In Plateau, it's Christian. Why Nasarawa is the hallmark of Islamic interest. This has been on. A Christian has never ruled before, even if they get 80% of the vote. So there's a reason this is happening, meaning that there's a very serious injustice that is taking place in Nasarawa that need to be corrected. I think they need to correct that before bigger issue happens or takes place in the state. Okay, and somebody say Nigeria is a scam filled with scammers. Okay, instead of burning tires, okay, instead of burning tires and destroying businesses, let the aggrieved go back home and start planning ahead of 2027. Exactly, just like what I said. Medicine after death, because the judgment is concluded. This is the apex court. You can't go anywhere again. There's exactly nothing that can be done. Let us get back and plan for 2027. Somebody say, what concern PDP in Kano? Mr. Man, think before you talk. Exactly. The first person that commented said PDP got justice in Kano. It was not PDP, it was NNPP. Let's be correct. So that is what is happening in Nasarawa State. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.